contractor called me, and he said, he was talking about a place that he's working on out there, and it's a place that I got fined for by the city because apartment complex right across the street from it, and we had a bunch of trash in the yard, and the city came by and said, well, you need to pick this trash up. So I went over there and I picked the trash up and I cleaned it up, and they went back out there the next day, all the trash was back. Lo and behold, it's because everybody's out there partying their butts off at night.
Yeah.
I got this court summons that said you are commanded to show up or pay this fine before the court date. Well, the court date is today, and I think it was at 10 o'clock. And so this contractor that just called me that's working on that house, asking me questions, he brought up the shed in the back, and he said, do you want me to put the shed door back on this place, or do you want me to just leave it off, like a little garden shed? Well, that was another thing that the city complained about, was that they wanted me to make sure that door shut because it wasn't latching. The hinges were broken and it was just hanging, and they said it should be shut and locked. Why were they in my backyard? I don't know, but whatever. So I get this fine, and I've been meaning to go down to the city and pay it, but I've had strep throat, and I've been trying to recover from this sickness for the last 2 weeks, and anyways, it's just a mess. And now I'm talking to him on the phone, the contractor, and he's like, let me put a door on this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have this, like, I have this fine that I forgot to pay, and I was supposed to be at court at 10 o'clock this morning. And so I'm like sitting here thinking, can they like put a warrant out? I don't know, what happens? I have no idea.
I would call them right away.
So I'm gonna go down there and find out. I'm driving down there. I'm just gonna go, because you call these city places, and you'll end up on hold for like, one time I waited on Virginia Beach Utilities hold for, I even screenshotted it. I think I was on hold for like over an hour. Hi, my name is Dana Mace, and I received a court summons for a violation over off of
Well, you would have to call, I can give you the number.
Okay.
Their number for violation.
Okay.
Thank you for calling City Chesapeake Customer Contact Center. For emergencies, please call 911.
Fast. It is Chesapeake.
Oh, the beautiful music.
Only certain things.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you need to get back with the inspector or if you need to just contact the court directly, to be honest with you. But what's the address that it's under?
I can't believe I did this.
Okay, now the inspector's name is Shelley, so I'm going to give you her phone number, and also I can give you.
Now they know if you have all the energy
Yeah,
drinks.
appreciate it.
I've seen this much.
Hi, my name is Dana Mace, and
You can try the court and see if they will just probably the best answer to call the court.
Okay.
Court date, yes ma'am.
Okay, I thought I did call the court. This isn't the court?
No.
What's up, everybody? Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about a house that we're doing right now out here in Norfolk. It is a very cool house. It's got aluminum siding, it's got an okay roof. It probably needs to be replaced in about maybe 5 years. It could probably be replaced now if you wanted like the new architectural shingles, because it doesn't have that. It's got a couple of, it only had one bathroom, so we're trying to add one bathroom to it so that it has two, because the houses in this neighborhood are selling at 200 or above for 2 bathrooms. So it had 4 bedrooms and only 1 bath. So what we did is we're taking away one of the bedrooms and we're adding a bath, so that we have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And the cool thing about it is that that's going to take the value from us only being able to sell it once it's fixed up and done at like maybe 175 to kicking it up to 200 or above. So we'll see what happens with it. We're moving the side door to the back of the house, which is a little bit more costly. We also got up under the house recently and discovered that, you know, every house has little secrets, hidden secrets in it. And we found out that it's got some foundational issues.
Years going under there, and the only reason why I hate it is because of spiders.
So Carl, tell me, how do you feel about crawl spaces?
Hate them.
I'm not doing it. This is your job.
Oh, I see how it is.
I'm paying you. If it's clean and there's plenty of
Oh,
plastic,
that's the other
I'm
thing
going there.
underneath?
We need new plastic. There was a lot of weight on the back side of the house, and so it started sinking over time. I mean, that's a long time if you think about it. You know, if it was built in the 60s, that's 60-year-old house. So you're gonna have some, you know, some settling and things like that, but this is an 1.5 inch difference, so we're gonna have to go up under there and fix it so that everything will be. We're about to stick 2 bathrooms, the laundry room, and the whole kitchen. All the plumbing is gonna be along the back side of the house. This house we got through a postcard ad. Postcard campaigns are really cool. You just send out a bunch of postcards, say I'll buy your house. Sometimes you get some irate people calling you saying, stop sending this to me, take me off of your list. A lot of people, they use their lists more than once, and that's a smart thing to do. I like to get refreshed on my lists because I get a really good deal on listsource.com. And I can get a lot of leads on that. I can pick how much equity I want somebody to have in their house. I can pick how much I want the house to be worth. I can pick how old I want them to be. And then ListSource will charge me for the amount of addresses that I get off of there. And then I just send that directly to the postcard company. I design my postcards, send it to them, say this is what I want. They print it off and they send them all out. I don't have to do anything after that. All I do is pick who I want them to go out to. So back to the irate people. Some people just get really mad because they're getting a lot of these postcards. But in all honesty, it's all public access, like all public information that is, you know, accessible to everybody. So it's not like I'm sneaking around trying to like buy people's names or addresses from anybody. This is all legit stuff. So anyways, going back to this house, I got this through a postcard. A guy called and said, hey, I've got a friend who owns this house. Her husband died and she's in her 80s and she just wants to get out of it. She's got a renter in it. And I said, well, you know, I don't do renters. I don't do any kind of buy and hold because for several years I was in the rental business and now I'm in the flipping business. I like to keep them completely separate. Now, I do have a separate rental business, an LLC, that we do keep some rentals in. But as far as flipping goes, I don't like the two to touch, just because it's cleaner that way. But anyways, this lady was in her 80s and she wanted to sell this house and get her money out of it. And the renter was in here. And we ended up, I told him, I said, I'll buy this house from you, but I want the renter to be out by the time we close. That made the closing be pushed about a month further so like instead of closing in April, we closed in May. And that gave me extra time. Sometimes I love these renters that that have to get out of these places because they buy me time to find my funds. So I found a lender in that amount of time. I ran and crunched some numbers. I made sure that everything was lining up in place. Now, this place I got for $97,000. All right, so when it went to closing, I didn't just say here's $97,000 and it was done. You have other fees. You have I didn't have any agent fees, but of course I include my marketing fees in there for the postcards. I didn't have any realtor fees. I didn't have a lot of things. So all I had was I had to buy title insurance, I had to buy insurance, and I had to pay for the closing, which was around $2,000. So I ended up getting this for about $99,000, and it's going to need about $50,000 worth of work. when my acquisitions rep went out on the appointment, who goes out on all the appointments initially from the postcard ads, when he went out, he said that this place would take max $35,000 to flip. I came in here, I discovered it's probably going to be more like 50. So sometimes people that work for you and they know your systems, their numbers can be off too. And that's the discrepancy. That's why I make such a huge, when I run my numbers on figuring out if I'm going to buy a house or not, I leave a lot of cushion in there for that to happen. That way, if it doesn't happen, you're making a lot more money than you would have anyway. We're not going to need a roof. We're going to just paint the exterior. It's aluminum siding. We are putting all new windows in. We're going to redo the whole back side of the house, and it is going to be awesome. Looking forward to you guys following me on this, and don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks.